Hello and a warm welcome to the AI with Arun show. We are in December 2025, and in this episode, we are going to talk to you about the top 10 trends in AI that you're going to see in 2026. Imagine waking up in the morning and before you even brew your coffee, your personal AI agent has already completed your three most annoying work tasks, negotiated a better rate on your home internet, and diagnosed why your car is making that funny noise. That is not science fiction anymore. That is 2026. We have spent the last 3 years, 2023 through 2025, playing in the AI sandbox. It was fun, it was chaotic, and it was filled with hype. But now the playdate is over. Welcome to the hardening of intelligence. The year 2026 is a defining moment when AI gets its hard hat. We are moving away from AI magic to AI machinery. We are going to look past the buzzwords and show you the 10 concrete industrial trends that will define our future. In 2025, we got overwhelmed. We saw overly enthusiastic ambitions and a lot of user fatigue. Now comes the reckoning. The future is shifting from generative capability, what a model can create, to agentic reliability, what a model can execute without you watching it. AI is officially being hardened. It's moving away from the ephemeral chat interface you use on your phone to becoming the critical infrastructure, like the power grid or the plumbing system, but for the digital world. This new foundation is what we called the agent lake architecture, and it's the biggest technological shift since we moved everything to the cloud a decade ago. So, moving on to prediction number one, the agentic economy. The foundation of 2026 is the agent lake. Think of it this way. What is the difference between a co-pilot and an agent? A co-pilot is sitting next to you, giving you directions, but you are still driving. An agent is an autonomous taxi driver. You tell it the destination and it handles everything. This moves from assisting to acting. This is the primary competitive differentiator. The agent lake is a new smart factory floor for business. It's an enterprise grade architecture where pools of specialized agents, not just one big bot, work together to perceive, to reason, and to act on massive amounts of business data with minimal human help. The key to making agents work in the real world is two concepts: long horizon planning and memory. In 2024, if you told an agent to do 5 steps, it forgot step one by the time it got to step three. By 2026, agents can handle multi day, multi step processes. How? Through something called the Model Context Protocol, the MCP. Now, this is the agent's industrial grade memory. MCP ensures that every action the agent takes is backed by live business data, not just a static prompt. For example, if an agent is negotiating a contract, it remembers the entire negotiation history from 3 days ago and acts upon it. This allows us to move to a human on the loop governance model. The human only reviews the agent if the task is high risk or if the agent raises an exception. Otherwise, the agent just handles the routine work, freeing up human talent for strategic analysis. This is where AI gets serious about spending money. The biggest economic shifts in 2026 will be the complete automation of business to business B2B commerce. Gartner predicts that by 2028, 90% of B2B buying, that's about $15 trillion in global spend, will be handled entirely by AI agents. Let's look at a finance example, the procure to pay cycle. Ingestion agent receives a vendor invoice. The retrieval agent finds the original contract, the master services agreement. The auditor agent compares the two and finds a discrepancy. Say the vendor hiked the price by 5% without authorization. The negotiator agent drafts and sends a demand letter to the vendor requesting a credit, citing the exact contract clause violated. A human only steps in if the vendor pushes back. This is routine processing mechanized. So, if AI agents are buying everything, how do you sell anything? That brings us to Agent Engine Optimization or AEO. Traditional sales tactics like branding or human relationships become secondary. The procurement bot does not care about your company logo. It cares about price, about specification, and about machine readable contract terms. If your product catalog is not an API that an agent can easily read, your company effectively ceases to exist in the 15 trillion market. Now, with all of these agents running around, you have a new problem: agent sprawl. This is the digital version of shadow IT, but worse: unmonitored bots spending money or deleting critical code. The solution is the orchestration layer. This is your C suite's command center. It monitors the health of every agent, checking its error rates and hallucination frequency, and making sure it only has the exact security permission it needs. Without it, chaos reigns. Prediction number two: System 2 models command a premium. So let's talk about intelligence. Models are splitting into two major types, and they are priced differently. System 1 models are fast, intuitive, and cheap. They are great for summarization or simple email drafts. They are being rapidly commoditized. System 2 models are the deep thinkers. They are designed to think before they speak, using chain of thought processing to solve complex, novel problems. In 2026, the value is in System 2. We are seeing a fierce race here. OpenAI's O series, O1, O3, O4, targets deep research and strategy. Anthropic's Claude 5, expected early 2026, aims to be the automated AI researcher. These models can handle tasks that currently take humans weeks to complete, like debugging a massive code base, and not to forget Google Gemini 3.0. So, this is the new economic reality. By 2026, inference, the act of running the models, will account for two-thirds of all AI compute. You won't just pay per output token anymore. You will pay for the inference time compute, or the time the AI needs to think. This creates a premium reasoning tier. A highly complex strategic query requiring a System 2 model like a Claude 5 Opus might cost you $10 to $50. You are literally simulating the cost of a human consultant's billable hour for a single query. Finally, the AGI timeline is shrinking. By 2026, OpenAI expects systems capable of making very small discoveries. AGI systems that outperform humans at most valuable work is increasingly forecasted for 2026 or 2027. But remember, it will be a jagged frontier. Superhuman at coding, but maybe just average at writing a poem or social nuance. Prediction number three: sovereign AI and geopatriation. If the agent lake is the factory floor, this is the building code. AI has become a critical national asset, just like defense or oil. The global unified internet is fracturing into a splinternet. Nations are now demanding sovereign AI models trained, hosted, and governed entirely within their physical borders. Gartner predicts that by 2027, 35% of countries will be locked into region specific AI platforms. This process is called geopatriation, and it means the era of relying on a single American hyperscaler for global intelligence is ending. We see two major geopolitical strategies unfolding here. First, Europe is building its own sovereign cloud infrastructure, working with companies like Mistral AI and NVIDIA to power 18,000 systems. This is all about ensuring data privacy and compliance with tough EU laws. Second, the Middle East is engaging in an oil for compute strategy. Saudi Arabia's Humane subsidiary is building AI factories with capacity up to 500 megawatts, investing heavily in thousands of NVIDIA GB200 systems to build Arabic first models. And finally, China is accelerating its domestic chip roadmap to decouple from the West. They plan over 50 national standards for AI by 2026, and chips like Baidu's M100 are debuting for inference. For global corporations, this means a major headache. You need fractured IT stacks: OpenAI for the US, a sovereign cloud for the EU, and Baidu for China, as an example. Prediction number four: hardware inversion and the infrastructure shock. Now we get physical. AI requires massive amounts of power and cooling. The ratio of compute has flipped. Two-thirds of all compute in 2026 will be dedicated to inference or running the models. This demands efficiency. The new focus is not raw power, but tokens per watt. We are favoring specialized silicon designed just to run models efficiently. By 2026, the number of industrial robots and AI-driven hardware in the US or in use will reach 5.5 million. This scale requires a completely different type of hardware and infrastructure. The new processors are just too hot. We are hitting a thermal wall. Next generation racks are generating 100 kilowatts of heat or more, making traditional air conditioning useless. To handle this, liquid cooling is becoming mandatory. Data centers must retrofit their facilities to use direct to chip cooling or immersion cooling, where the entire stack is literally submerged in fluid. This is not a niche technology. The global data center liquid cooling market is projected to grow to over $5.6 billion in 2026. This is a massive, sudden infrastructure upgrade forced by the raw power physics of AI. Where is all this power going to come from? The International Energy Agency predicts data center electricity consumption could double by 2026. This energy demand, driven by AI and crypto, creates massive scarcity. To solve this, big tech is turning to nuclear power. Companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are aggressively pursuing small modular reactors or SMRs. These are smaller, mass produced nuclear plants designed to provide dedicated gigawatt scale power directly to data centers. In 2026, we see the critical partnership and groundbreaking begin for these off grid campuses. Tech is literally moving towards powering its own future outside of congested national grids. Prediction number five, the vibe coding revolution. So let's talk about the developer. The prediction that 90% of the code will be written by AI is rapidly approaching reality. This is driven by vibe coding. Forget rigid syntax. Now, non technical citizen developers can create complex functional applications just by talking to the AI, giving it the vibe. For example, you tell the AI, I need a tracking dashboard and a database for my small business inventory. It builds it. Then you say, make the colors calmer and add a login screen. The AI modifies the code based on your vibe until it's complete. Software creation becomes a conversation. So if AI writes the code, what do humans do? The professional developer becomes the renaissance developer. They stop writing routine code and become a system architect. Their job is to manage the orchestration layer, industrializing the AI generated apps, ensuring security, performance, and deep integration with the company's data. A huge win here is the automated translation of old software, like COBOL and Fortran mainframes, into modern, efficient languages, unlocking decades of technical debt. But there is a risk, the atrophy of critical thinking. Gardner predicts that by 2026, 50% of global organizations will require AI free skills assessment during hiring. Why? Because if the AI breaks and no human understands the first principles of the code anymore, you have a massive systemic risk. Prediction number C, the compliance cliff. So the chaotic fun of the Wild West era is officially closing in 2026. The sheriffs are here, led by the EU AI Act. The most critical date is August 2nd, 2026. This is when the majority of the rules for the high-risk AI systems enter full application. If your company uses AI in hiring, in critical infrastructure, or law enforcement, you must comply. This forces a massive global governance sprint. Companies need to implement rigorous risk management, human oversight, and detailed documentation. If you fail, the penalties are severe, up to 7% of the global turnover. The stakes are rising, and as AI moves into high risk domains, Gartner predicts that by the end of 2026, death by AI legal claims will exceed 2,000. The core legal question is liability. If an autonomous car crashes or an AI diagnoses incorrectly, who is at fault? The legal system is struggling to assign blame. Is it the prompt engineer? Is it the model developer? Or the company that developed it? To counter this, 2026 will see the emergence of AI malpractice insurance as a mandatory category for many businesses. Globally, the US will focus on voluntary standards via the AI Safety Institute. But in the absence of federal law, states like Colorado and California are enforcing their own rules, creating a fragmented regulatory patchwork that multinationals must navigate. Prediction number 7, the synthetic media economy. So AI moves from being a content assistant to achieving content dominance. In video, we move from long render queues to real-time interactivity by late 2026. Creators can instantly manipulate virtual cameras and lighting, blurring the line between a video game engine and a film set. The markets for B-roll and background animation are severely impacted. In music, the industry is solving its Napster moment through settlements like UMG. This clears the way for fully licensed, clean generative music platforms. The AI music market is projected to explode, reaching 64 billion euros by 2028. This bifurcates music, premium, human certified music versus cheap, synthetic, functional audio for focus and sleep. This proliferation of synthetic content exacerbates the trust crisis. Consumers value human created content more, which creates a premium market for verified human connection. Predictions 8 and 9, Scientific Acceleration and Ambient AI. Prediction 8 brings hope. AI delivers tangible physical breakthroughs. Using models like Genome, DeepMind has predicted 2.2 million new crystals, including 380,000 stable materials. By 2026, we expect major announcements on breakthroughs in solid state battery electrolytes and advanced superconductors derived directly from these AI applications. The material discovery rate has jumped from less than 10% to over 80%. In medicine, AI designed drugs will advance into clinical trials. Crucially, the use of digital twin simulations of patient population becomes standard practice. These model trial outcomes and predict safety signals before patient dosing, drastically reducing the high failure rate of early trials. Prediction 9 is the interface shift. By 2026, AI smart glasses will find product market fit, with shipments exceeding 10 million units. This enables ambient AI. The agent watches what you do through the glasses camera and proactively pushes information to you, seamlessly overlaying intelligence onto the physical world. It's the ultimate killer app. Prediction number 10 is a dark cloud, the security paradox. The looming threat of quantum computing forces enterprise to prepare for harvest now, decrypt later (HNDL). Cybercriminals are stealing encrypted data today to crack it open later once quantum computers arrive. This forces a massive migration to post-quantum cryptography (PQC). To protect valuable AI models, confidential computing becomes standard. This technology ensures models run in encrypted enclaves, meaning even the cloud provider cannot see the data or the model weights, which are often a company's most valuable intellectual property. So, in summary, 2026 is the era of pragmatism. The magic is replaced by machinery. To win, you must follow four strategic imperatives. Number one, build agent lakes, not chatbots. Focus on autonomous execution. Two, secure power and compute. Treat energy infrastructure as a supply chain risk. Number three, prepare for the compliance cliff. Get ready for the EU AI Act now. And four, invest in human values. As code and content become cheap, critical thinking and verified human trust will command the highest premium. The hype is over, the hard work and the monumental value begin in 2026. With that, we come to the end of the show. Please support our work by joining us as a member. All you have to do is go to the bottom of the description and you will see the link for becoming a member. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. Thank you for watching.